Hey guys, this is Josh from AcabadoTheme.com. I was just going to cover real quick CSS update, which depending on what types of images you use, you may be interested in. If you use a lot of white borders or light colors, sometimes it's hard to tell where the image ends and where the white of the form starts. So I just wanted to cover adding a border basically to those homepage articles on the front. So when you're on the front, you actually see the recent posts, and then these are an example of what we want to add around those pictures, which is just a border around those pictures to ensure that they stand out from the rest of the crowd, because otherwise it would just be a big white space, and it kind of looks weird when you have a picture and then just this big open white space. So what this does is it just gives a frame to what's there, and it's not perfect for everybody or every example, but it can help tremendously if you're typically producing white backgrounded images to help kind of isolate the look and feel of where your image is itself. So what we're going to do is basically add two sections that just basically tell the card how to manage itself. So this is just a card. So article card stands for this itself. And then the image container itself is the inside. So we're just trying to add the border around it to make sure it's right and make sure that I have a overall look that stays the same. So over on my Get Acabado site, which I'll have a video for soon on this CSS around customizing the look and feel of the front end, so that way it looks less like everybody else's sites, and kind of you can tweak it to make it fit your needs. What we're going to do is go over here. We're going to go ahead and refresh, and you'll see all these images. There's no lines. So if it was all white, you can see where the image drops off, and it just kind of looks a little bit awkward. Not as big a deal on these images that actually have more solid borders around them, because they have a feel to them. But when you have these kind of backgrounds where you have big white chunks, you can see kind of how messy it gets. So what we're going to do is go grab these two sections real quick, which I'll put in the comments below, and then we'll go ahead and add them down below to this just as a addition for this website. And then when I go back over to Get Acabado and I refresh, you'll see now I've got a nice pretty pixelated border around. So you can do on a square image kind of like I did here on the original style, or on the tweaks I've been building into this page, which gives you a nice round border because the border is still around the image itself. And this way you can kind of start to tweak, so you can see the little bit of a border around, right? But like on this one where your white space was, you actually get a border back in place, which can be real helpful to differentiate your picture from the rest and clear up how it looks overall to your viewer. So this is all I had to discuss today. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to see. Adding a border is pretty easy, but it can help you change the look and feel of what you're doing on the front end of your website. And then hopefully tomorrow or Sunday, I'll get a chance to cover everything I've been doing to customize this front end. And then I'm going to start explaining media queries so you can kind of change how things look and feel, because you'll see as this gets smaller that it actually bounces outside of what I've set up. So we're going to talk about media queries and how you can actually kind of change the look and feel of everything that displays for different resolutions and different devices. And we can actually clear up, because I've just been trying to give a way to say, make your site more unique, because the number one thing I hear from people is that they feel like they all look the same. And if you don't put any work into it, it will. But that's really the same with almost any theme. If you take and you just put on a base theme and you don't actually put any time into trying to make it yours, it is going to kind of look the same as everybody else who runs that theme. And Acabado is no different. You can't have it look different from everybody else's if nobody else puts in the time to make changes to theirs. So instead, make yourself that one who stands out, and we'll go through all these little things. You don't have to do all of them, But I'm putting a whole bunch in here just to kind of show where you can push and change things to try and make it look and feel different than just Acabado itself. And, we've got some more things we can do. I would love to have input from people as to what you're interested in seeing. If you can put them in the contacts or message me or go over to acabadotheme.com and leave a comment or anyway, use the contact form or contact me. I'd be interested to hear what people would be wanting to do with their front, because there's a lot of things we can do to make this different, including I could rebuild a homepage that instead of using Acabado as the default homepage, you use Acabado for everything, but the homepage you rebuild with Divi or you rebuild with Elementor, and you could really customize and tweak the whole front. And the back end is still Acabado for everything else, including displaying posts and more posts and, the blog and all those information sections. I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Please like and subscribe if you're interested. You can always head over to getacabado.com if you're interested in grabbing the theme today. And if you're interested in more customization, I have a whole website that's just around that, which is just acabatotheme.com, which offers a whole bunch of different options and a whole bunch of posts specifically around customizing your website to allow you to make Acabado yours. I'm going to continue to provide some more videos covering different things that we've made from the custom CSS, from plugin modifications, and more. And I'm always interested in feedback because I like to make what's helpful to everybody. So let me know, and I'll be back. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Bye.